Let's talk about the AnkerMake M5. The AnkerMake M5 is Anker's first attempt at a 3D printer. Yes, that same Anker that makes your charging cables, batteries, robot vacuums, and possibly dubious cameras. The M5 is Anker's answer to those wanting to get into 3D printing, but don't want to have to struggle with learning by building and modifying an Ender 3. Sporting a build volume of 235 by 235 by 250, the M5 is comparable to most other i3 style bed slingers. What sets it apart is its speed and build quality. It boasts a print speed of 250 millimeters per second, which they love saying is 5 times faster than the average 3D printer. I assume they're talking about an Ender 3 running at 50 millimeters per second. The build quality of this printer is phenomenal. The machined aluminum housing hosts a double belt Y-axis, a double lead screw Z-axis, a filament runout sensor, and a direct drive extruder. The print head itself also contains a strain gauge that is used during homing, and its 49-point auto leveling, which doesn't put dents in the build plate. The best part is the whole printer is able to be assembled in under 15 minutes. Where Anker wants to stand out and may not be doing the best job is in the software and user experience. On the right side of the gantry is a small touchscreen used to interact with the printer. Underneath is an integrated camera with LED to both monitor the job from your phone and give the AI system a way to see. On top of the touchscreen is also a USB port for loading files into the printer. No ancient micro SD card slot here. Across from the touchscreen on the gantry is the filament runout sensor and RGB status LED. The LED ring can show different colors and animations depending on what is happening, like preheating, printing, standby, errors, etc. So now that you have an overview of the printer, what's it like to use it? Well, for starters, it's super fast. Even though the Bamboo prints faster, the M5 is already fast enough in my opinion. Even at 250 millimeters per second, the effects of fast printing on strength and surface finish are already showing. Residence time and all that. The print quality that comes out is also very good. Besides maybe a tiny little stringing here and there, the prints come out just as good as on much slower printers. Getting the printer set up and running took less than 20 minutes. The manual in the box is great, and the mobile app is pretty good at getting you set up and on your way to your first print. The integrated camera is nice to check on prints, and the AI can help warn you when something is wrong to prevent you from wasting filament or damaging the printer. Now that I've given you all the good side of the M5, now we have to talk about its bad side. Even though there have been several software and firmware updates, the AI is still in a rough state. False warnings constantly occur about bad first layers, spaghetti, runout, etc. This seems to be even worse with darker filament colors. At this point, I run the M5 with the AI turned off. Another rough point is the volume of the printer, and I don't mean the build volume. Even when idle and the part cooling fans are off, the driver board and hot end fans are very loud. I wouldn't want to be doing work in the same room as the M5 while it's powered on. Also, being an i3 style bed slinger and not a Core XY printer, the M5 definitely needs to be on a stable surface. I actually had to make mounts to screw my 3D printer stand into the wall to prevent wobble. Every other one of my complaints are fixable with updates too, like the touchscreen lacking certain features including no way to copy files from the USB drive to internal memory, and the AI settings that have been moved to the phone app. So why am I just now making a video about the M5 even though I got it way back in December? Well, because my first unit I received had some serious problems. The filament runout sensor would detect a runout, which was false, and then pause the job. After clicking resume, the software in the printer would then freeze and crash, causing the print to quote-unquote finish in unlimited time. My temporary solution was to disconnect the runout sensor so that the false positives couldn't be able to get the printer in an error state. However, I still had problems. I had prints stop to over temp conditions, which are also false, and continued crashing the software, which seemed to just happen randomly. After a bit of back and forth with AnkerMake, they shipped me out a brand new unit the day I dropped off my old one at the post office. The new unit I have has been running great for several months now. Alright, so conclusion time. The AnkerMake M5 is a solid 3D printer. It is a little pricey at $800 US, but it is regularly on sale for $700, bringing it down to the exact price of the Bamboo P1P, with its superior Core XY design, but inferior user interface. The build quality on the M5 is also amazing, and it's great for both first-timers and those with 3D printer experience alike. Not everyone needs the raise on the problems of the Ender 3 experience. The built-in Wi-Fi connectivity is great for sending models over to it, even though you can only do it from the AnkerMake software, even when slicing Cura or other slicers. I'm excited for the V6 color engine to launch, which allows the M5 to do filament switching automatically. The software updates that have occurred since receiving my M5 back in December have increased the reliability and usability a ton, and I can't wait to see it keep improving.